The FDA authorizes Pfizer booster shots only for certain groups.
And the Target in Moscow is set to open its doors sooner than you think.
From the Northwest Public Broadcasting Studios on the campus of Washington State University, this is Murrow News 8.
Good evening, I'm Will Wixie.
And I'm Madeline Donaldson. Welcome to Murrow News 8.
The FDA says it has approved a single booster shot for certain people to be administered at least 6 months after receiving the initial 2 doses of the vaccine. These groups include individuals 65 years and older and individuals 18 to 65 who are at high risk of contracting COVID-19 or who work in a high-risk place. Acting FDA Commissioner Janet Woodcock says the booster dose would be allowed for certain populations such as healthcare workers, teachers and daycare staff, grocery workers, and those in homeless shelters or prisons, among others.
From September 2020 through September 2021, Pullman PD responded to 67 suicide-related reports, 3 of which resulted in death. Pullman PD Operations Commander Jake Opgenorth said the other 64 reports were from people reaching out for help or people worried about their friends or family. Pullman PD said they were not as busy last year because of classes being online, though the rate of the suicide report has increased.
Just a few hours after the burn ban was lifted off the Palouse, high winds blew a debris burn pile out of control and caused a wildfire. Whitman County Fire District 4 sent volunteers to the scene with help from District 12 volunteers from Pullman who were called to the fire early Wednesday afternoon. The fire at State Route 27 and Palouse Albion Road burned about an acre of land and threatened one home. Some railroad ties also caught on fire.
The construction for the new Target location is still going. Construction started last spring at 2132 West Pullman Road in Moscow at the west end of the Palouse Mall. Target headquarters confirmed that it is set to open October 24th. Target workers from other locations are currently helping out to set up inside. The Target store is replacing the former Macy's.
Last night, the Moscow School Board voted unanimously to continue its mask mandate for the remainder of the semester. This came after a recommendation from Superintendent Greg Bailey. Face coverings have been required for students and staff indoors since the beginning of the school year. Vaccinations against COVID-19 is currently not available to children younger than 12. 6 out of 23 new COVID cases in Latah County were people under 18.
Idaho's Committee on Federalism reviewed President Joe Biden's COVID-19 vaccination orders yesterday, and plans were made to legally challenge the mandate. The Idaho legislative hearing explained how the mandate requires all healthcare workers and all employees of businesses with 100 employees or more to get vaccinated. A labor policy advisor with the National Conference of State Legislators, John Jacuri, guaranteed that the mandate was going to court in Idaho.
WSU football defensive lineman Dallas Hobbs was both a student and an athlete and entrepreneur who owns a multimedia design business, co-hosts 2 podcasts, and has a small ownership stake in a startup brewery. In the past, Hobbs says he was not allowed to post on his social medias to solicit customers as a freelance graphic designer and MBA student. In July, the National Collegiate Athletic Association adopted an interim policy that allows college athletes to benefit financially from their name, image, and likeness as long as their activities are consistent with NCAA rules and relevant state laws. And the WSU Office of Emergency Management plans to conduct the fall semester WSU Alert System tests on campus on September 29th at noon. Faculty, staff, and students who've signed up for the emergency alerts will receive a text, call, or email or desktop alert by WSU Alerts. The test will include outdoor campus warning sirens as well, so when you hear them blaring next Wednesday, don't panic and stay alert. A nature restoration project that involves art and science.
And a WSU student was written success for a 3rd time.
WSU student just published her third poetry book. Murrow News 8 reporter Sydney Gardner will tell us more.
Students, WSU senior Mackenzie Campbell is celebrating the start of a new school year. But that's not the only thing she has to celebrate. At the age of 21, Mackenzie has just released her third poetry book, Rooms of the Mind.
I got into writing in general when I was like 7, but I think the poetry part came when I didn't really have another way to express myself because I'm more of an introvert.
Mackenzie's first 2 books, 2 AM Thoughts and 19, have sold over 125,000 copies. And although these books share some similarities with her third book, Mackenzie is excited to show off a new side of herself in Rooms of the Mind.
A lot of it is about relationships with other people, but also there's a good portion of that that's a relationship with myself. Because I think this past year I've gone through a lot of self-growth and that reflected in my poetry. So that's something that is a little different from the other books that I'm really appreciative of.
When I watch her write and really put her whole heart into these books, it really just makes me happy to see that she has this outlet that she can go to and that she can impact so many people.
With Murrow News 8, I'm Sydney Gardner.
WSU students, faculty, and staff joined city employees and other local residents to plant a series of 24 interpretive signs between the creek and paved path east of the intersection at North Grand Avenue and Ritchie Street. The design celebrates 10 years of ecological restoration effort by the community. The project was funded by an environment education grant from the Palouse Conservation District.
And it's been a wonderful day out there today so far. How's it looking for the rest of the week, Eva?
Yeah, thanks, Will. Well, I've been outside today. You know, it's been a beautiful Thursday here on the Palouse in Pullman. We've had about a high of 69 degrees and sunny, clear skies. So it's been so enjoyable walking on campus or walking to work. It's going to be about a 44-degree low tonight, though. So I want you to prepare for that. If you're walking home from class late at night or from work again and you are getting cold, just make sure to bring a jacket with you or a sweater because it is going to cool down. But today and those late morning, early afternoon hours, it was beautiful here in Pullman. Looking tomorrow, it's going to be even warmer. It's going to be an increase in about 10 degrees. It's going to be 78 degrees tomorrow for our Friday going into the weekend and about a low of 47. So again, if you're walking home from class or something, just make sure to bring a jacket. But it's a great start to our weekend and very low winds at 5 miles per hour. So you can't really expect any harsh winds or anything. So that 78 degrees is going to be a true 78 here in Pullman. Looking at Washington as a whole, really, I'm going to step off just so you guys can see a little clearer. It's going to be beautiful across the state this for going into the weekends. Olympia, Seattle, Yakima, Tri-Cities, Spokane, Pullman. We all have very great weather, except Olympia is a little more cloudier than other cities. They have an overcast, but other than that, Tri-Cities has a high of 79 for Washington. And I do want to point out, we're not really seeing those smoking, hazy skies anymore because wildfires are continuing to die down, and we can only hope that continues here in Washington and our neighboring states. Looking at the 5cast, again, I'm going to step off the screen so you guys can get a good look at this. Friday to Sunday, it's going to be very great weather going into our weekend, but I do want to point out Monday and Tuesday, there's a chance of rain. We're going to see that chance higher Monday night and early into Tuesday morning. So just keep that in mind as we go into next week. That is going to start raining. Temperatures are going to be cooling down. But other than that, we have a great weekend to look forward to. That's all I have for the weather. Back to you at the desk.
Thanks, Ava. Well, who will be starting at quarterback this week for WSU football?
And how did WSU volleyball do in their Pac-12 season opener? Find out after the break.
It's okay to be scared. You don't have to be so strong.
Strength is not optional. This is my mother, my purpose. Real muscle is lifting her spirits between bedpans and bad news from doctors that doubt her strength. Strength is buried in bills, managing meds, and swallowing those moments of, Mom, it's me, your daughter. Remember? My strength is super, but but I'm still human, right?
Look who's here. There she is. Thanks for your patience.
How you feel?
If you're caring for a loved one, visit aarp.org/caregiving for care guides and community, or call 1-877-333-5885.
I'm Derek Strom with your sports. WSU volleyball pulled off a statement win last night, beating 24th-ranked Colorado in straight sets. Colorado was previously undefeated this season. The win signals a solid start to a particularly tough portion of the Cougs' schedule, as they'll face 6th-ranked UW on Sunday and 16th-ranked UCLA the following Sunday. After an 0-4 start to the season, Coach Jen Greeny looks to have her squad on the right track. The Cougar cross-country teams headed to the Bill Dellinger Invitational in Springfield, Oregon tonight. The Cougs will be competing against schools from around the country, including Oregon, Arkansas, UCLA, Ohio State, and Idaho. The women's team is currently ranked 11th in the West Region Coaches Poll, and the men's team is ranked 7th. Athletic Director Pat Chun announced that both men's and women's basketball coaches, Cami Etheridge and Kyle Smith, have signed contract extensions that'll keep them in Pullman through the 2026-27 season. Etheridge's original contract ran through 2023-24. Last season, Etheridge led the Cougs to their first top 25 ranking in program history and their first NCAA tournament appearance in over 30 years. Nick Rolovich held a press conference yesterday, and he expressed some uncertainty about who his starting QB might be this weekend.
Cam and Jarrett, I've kind of been, taking the majority of them. Yeah, we're kind of in that one. We'll see what Jaden does. If he can come out and do some more stuff, we'll see. But they've gotten the majority of the reps.
With Jaden Delore's injury status still up in the air, it looks like Jarrett Gorentano or Cam Cooper will start on Sunday. That's it for sports. Back to you, Will.
Thank you, Derek. Heroes can also be businesses too.
Stick around to find out what one of local restaurants is doing to support a customer.
Let me tell you about the toughest guy on earth. He does the work of 2 jobs, but only gets paid for one. He's tough enough to feed the man that gave him a lifetime of nourishment.
He has the crazy strength to lift the man that raised him up without even flinching.
That's right. No Employee of the Month bonus check here. This guy, no, this warrior, will always be by his father's side, even if his dad will hardly remember. Good luck finding a gym to train for that. If this guy isn't the toughest guy on the planet, then I don't know who is. Caregiving is tougher than tough. Find the care guides you need at aarp.org/caregiving.
Heroes in Sports Sandwich Shop, located in Pullman, is hosting a Customer Appreciation Day and fundraiser on Saturday. The event will start from 11 to 4 p.m. and will include specials and low prices. The occasion will also be used to raise funds for